Hello friends, welcome to Investment Friend channel. Today we will discuss about CDSL, Central Depository Services India Limited. Before that, of course, the disclosure and disclaimer. Uh, my family and myself may have investments in this company, so my views might be biased. I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. You should take your own call. So CDSL is one of the depository in India. Basically, it's a duopoly market, meaning there are only two depository services presently operating in India. One is CDSL and the other one is NSDL. If you see the history, we had two major stock exchanges like BSE and NSE. BSE promoted CDSL and NSE has promoted NSDL. So as a result of this setting up of these depository services, the brokers which were traditionally affiliated to Bombay Stock Exchange, they became affiliated or rather concerned or maybe attached to CDSL, and similarly the brokers attached to say NSDL, they have become attached to NSDL. That's how the business by and large is segregated between these two depositories. So suppose if you are opening an account with a broker who has got say affiliation or attachment with say CDSL, naturally your demat account will be handled by CDSL. Basically, what is a depository service? It's basically nothing but the record keeping activity. Whatever shares you buy or mutual funds units you buy in demat form and all that, they maintain the records of that. So and then whatever the sale transactions take place, whatever purchase transactions take place, whatever place transactions take place, for each and every transaction, there is a record keeping activity going on, and that is handled by these two depositories. Uh, but although there are two depositories, only one, that is CDSL, is listed on the stock exchange. The other one, that is NSDL, is not yet listed. So basically that's why in this video we will be talking exclusively about CDSL, which is a listed entity. Now as I said, their main focus is on depository services. Now if you see the services what they are rendering, the kind of growth what they have shown during last few years is really phenomenal. In fact, recently post lockdown itself, there is a phenomenal growth which is witnessed by CDSL, and it is because there are 2-3 factors were there. First of all, work from home culture has come in, so people had some leisure time to venture into stock market investing and all that. So obviously for investing in stock market you need to have a demat account. So when a person opens a demat account with a broker who is attached to CDSL, obviously CDSL's number of accounts maintained by them will go up. In fact, as I said, the traditional BSE brokers, in any case they are attached, but not only that, the new generation brokers, or what you can call it as discount brokers like Zerodha, etc., they also are now attached to CDSL. So obviously the growth which is there in the business of these discount brokers like Zerodha, that is also reflected in the business of CDSL. So that's how CDSL's growth has witnessed a sharp growth as such. If you see the some of the figures, they are really mind blowing. Last year they had 3 crore demat accounts. This June 21, they had 3.97 crore demat accounts with them, and now as of September 21, this has shot up to 4 crore 64 lakh. That means almost 68 lakh demat accounts were opened during this quarter, July to September 21 quarter, which is highest ever number in the history, in fact. So this is in a nutshell of their demat accounts. But CDSL doesn't stop there. It also handles the mutual fund units which are issued in demat form. of course, again a part of depository services. They also have a subsidiary which deals with eKYC. So wherever we have to give KYC details and all that, wherever there are eKYC services, that is handled by CDSL's subsidiary as such. That is the largest eKYC handling subsidiary of CDSL. Of course, that is the first one and by far the largest one in this business. Secondly, they also have got another subsidiary which is in the business of insurance repository. So if you want to maintain your insurance policies in demat form or electronically, in that case, there also CDSL subsidiary helps you in maintaining those records. They can also, sometimes they can also issue electronic insurance policies also. They are empowered to do that. Then one more business vertical of CDSL by way of a subsidiary is they handle commodity related business in the form of warehousing receipts. So e-warehousing receipts they issue both they are both negotiable as well as non-negotiable. See what happens in case of these warehousing receipts. Earlier what used to happen is that the farmers or the manufacturers or whichever organization they used to keep their goods in the godown. The godown keeper will issue the warehousing receipt. Based on that receipt, the banks may give a loan to the farmers, and they will tell the godown keeper to mark their lien on the goods stored in that godown as such. Now, because we are now slowly moving towards digital transactions and all that, CDSL has also ventured into it. They are now offering these services of e-warehousing receipts, which can take care of this pledge kind of things or even auctions, e-auctions and all that. So they are now helping in that vertical also. Now this COVID has thrown one more opportunity for companies like CDSL. Most of the companies which were holding annual general meetings physically by taking some hall and then the shareholders used to gather there. Now because of this COVID restrictions and all that, most of the companies have held their AGMs virtually, that is online as such. So CDSL is providing platform for holding those meetings. It is also providing services for e-voting for the purpose of this annual general meetings or postal ballot and whatnot. So that is one more business vertical CDSL has got as such. Although these other business verticals are not contributing significantly as such compared to their major services of depository services, nonetheless they are still contributing something, and over a period of few years henceforth, as and when even these other businesses will also go on increasing, obviously it will add to their revenue stream as well as their profitability. That is purely an opinion. Now, when I just mentioned that it's a duopoly business, see that means there are only two depository services which are available in India, which is a very vast market in fact. But when I say vast market, compared to global market, it is still small market. But nonetheless, compared to other markets, India is still a very good market as such. So in duopoly, what happens? Only two players are there. And as I said, the brokers are also attached, and they have already decided with whom they should maintain these kind of demat accounts and all that. Now, although SEBI has come out with the consultation paper and said that okay, there could be one more depository, one or two more depositories could be there and all that, there are high entry barriers. That is one more aspect of CDSL business, a very high entry barrier. See there, the first requirement is that you should have a minimum paid up capital of 100 crore to start a depository services company. Secondly, you need to have a tremendous IT infrastructure in place, which is a very complicated infrastructure as such, but you need to have that in place, including all kinds of safety measures and all those things. The third most important, although somebody may decide to venture into this kind of business, saying that okay, I'll put in this kind of money, I'll put in this kind of infrastructure, the third major hurdle I would say is in terms of business. How to get the business? See, the entire broking community is divided between these two depositories. So, for a third player or maybe the fourth player, whoever may be coming in, to get a business itself will be a very challenging task. And not only that, it's not just getting the business but gathering a critical mass for sustainability. That itself is a major task. So, in my opinion, this duopoly structure may continue for quite some time in future also. Again, an opinion, not a recommendation. Now, this we have already discussed about the business, what business they are doing. Now, let us consider their financials. Now, if you see their March 21 sales, it is roughly about 344 crore, and the net profit for the financial year 2021 is 200 crore. Just imagine the kind of operating margin and the net profit margin is there. In fact, if you see their financials, quarterly financial results, what they have declared during last 5 quarters, consecutively their operating margin is more than 60%. Because in a company like CDSL, the infrastructure they have already put it in place, they have already spent on that. So the only expenditure they are supposed to make for earning their revenue is there are only two major expenditure. One is the employee cost. Obviously, they have to pay to their employees to keep them happy and keep everything in proper condition and all that. And the other one is computer operating and that cloud and whatever related expenditure, that also they have to do. Of course, the third one is depreciation, but that is a non-cash expenditure. But if you and in any case, it is not counted for operating margin. So the operating margin continues to be more than 60%, which is a very phenomenal operating margin, I would say. The profit CAGR for last 5 years is 24%. And in my opinion, that is going to be more, because if you see some of the data available in the market, it is available even on the Google and all that. See, the stock market penetration in India is hardly 3 to 4%, whereas the stock market penetration in some of the developed countries is very high. In fact, in US it is more than 50%, in UK it is roughly about say 40% and all that. So if you compare those kind of percentage with India's penetration level, India has to catch up to a great extent. In fact, the kind of growth we have, I have just explained about the demat accounts opening and all that, it shows that slowly people in India also are moving towards the stock market, mutual funds and whatnot. Because first of all, the interest rates have really come down. In fact, if you consider the inflation, it may be marginally plus, or maybe even sometimes it may go minus also. So they do not have many avenues to earn a decent return on their investments as such. So from that angle, the people have also started realizing the need to move towards stock market either directly or even through mutual fund route and all that. So that is the reason, one of the reasons that why there is a growth in the demat account opening with CDSL, and as well as in depository services income and all that. So if you there is one more development which has taken place in Gift City in Gujarat, in International Financial Center. They have opened a subsidiary, but recently what has happened, to avoid the conflict of interest, they have divested that stake in favor of another company, but in that another company, CDSL also holds some stake. So this is an in principle decision taken by CDSL's board of directors recently. But nonetheless, there also this GIFTs venture, they are holding the international depository license. So there also whatever revenue is earned and at least some profit share will definitely come to CDSL, because they are also one of the stakeholders there also. So this is in nutshell about CDSL. Going forward, in my personal opinion, looking to the financials as well as the growth prospects, they appear to have a very good mode business. It's again a platform company, as I explained in Tanla's business. It's again a platform company. They earn revenue by charging to the companies per folio. Now, although the folio charges are fixed by SEBI, but the present folio charges are fixed quite a few years back. So obviously, going forward, there could be increase in those folio charges also. So all those things, if we put together, naturally it appears that this company may have a bright future. You may study this company more, and if you are convinced, you may take your own decision. After all, it's your money. If you are like this channel, please press the like button. If you are not subscribed so far, please subscribe the channel to receive the future notifications, and also share this video so that let other people also get the benefit of this information. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Sri Ram.